Don't hate what you can't become.
We're not gamer girls, we're just gamers.
The number of female players is increasing, and a recent report also says that female players are likely to overtake male players in Asia by 2027. And if this comes as a surprise, then it's time to wake up and smell the coffee.
So I wasn't really like a full-time gamer or something before. I used to work in an office. I had a content writing job at a digital marketing agency, and that's when I started playing games. And then my friend introduced me to like my first ever FPS game on PC, and I was like, dude, I love this.
Women gamers have always been there, but not just quite in the open. I think girls are more confident calling themselves gamers now. So they are coming in, and more girls are being inspired looking at all these girls in this industry making their names, making a career out of gaming. So yeah, definitely a lot of girls are joining professionally or just casually in trying to enjoy the game.
As per the Think with Google APAC Play Like a Girl Report 2020, women make up 18% of all casual gamers in India. The number is currently much higher within the Asian gaming population, with women making up 40 to 45% of all gamers. And this isn't even the most exciting part. A recent study conducted by HB in India reported that gaming emerged as a viable career option among 90% of their respondents, out of which 84% of all women respondents wanted to pursue gaming as a career. The study also found that respondents from Tier 2 cities were more likely to pursue gaming as a career than those living in metros. Think with Google further reported a 14.8% year-on-year growth in Asia's female gamers compared to 7.8% in males. The report suggests that at the current rate, female gamers could take over male gamers by 2027.
So definitely, now that we are in 2021, there are so many organizations that have multiple teams under their banner playing multiple different games professionally. You could just be competing with your buddies and still be winning tournaments and getting the cash prize. But again, when you are doing something like that, when you are winning those tournaments and winning those titles, you do grab attention, and then you might get some good offers.
If you wanna get into gaming as a full-time career, I think it's the best time right now. Every single YouTuber that you see growing a lot right now is someone who has started very recently, because like I said, I myself started 3 years ago and there were not a lot of people doing it, and 3 years is not that much of a time. A lot of brands are also interested in signing up new people and helping people grow. There's a lot of brands who also like signing up people that aren't, the most famous ones and everything.
If female players do take over this place, they are likely to achieve it while making money off of it as well. In case you're wondering how, therein live streaming is the logical answer.
Streaming is a good choice that can be chosen as a career because it provides a way to get well known by each and everyone. Live streaming get to know who everyone who a gamer is, or it helps them to get earned, paid, and to be well known by everyone.
At first I started playing it because to kill my boredom, to pass the time and all. But then after getting to know more about this game, after getting to know more people who build a career because of this game, like this game gave so many platforms, so many opportunities to so many people. So it just inspired me and I wanted to invest more time in this game.
Earning money as a professional gamer is not just about entering tournaments and securing physical endorsements anymore. Gaming influencers are now shifting to live streaming their sessions. This opens a variety of other earning avenues. Broadly, fan donations, pay to watch, and sponsorships. Players are increasingly taking to new live streaming platforms that allow a host of features, allowing them to interact with their fans. Players can now engage with their fans in real time and get to know their audience better. Viewers in return can tip or donate certain amounts of money to support their favorite players. It isn't just social media influencers that enjoy marketers' interest in order to reach potential customers. As gamers increase their traction and fan base, they are also likely to gain marketer interest for sponsored content that benefits all parties.
Obviously, you have to make sure that you're putting something out that is going to make people choose you, whether it's funny stuff, whether you're showing off professional gameplay, or it's a different type of content, whether you're live streaming, whether you're just putting up videos, whatever it is, you have to make sure that your content is unique, you're regular, and you are always at your best, because there's a lot of options for people to watch right now. So I would say it is competitive, but I think that's what makes it fun, right?
I think women, they are finding a way to express themselves, right? Effectively, I think more and more people are spending time to understand, where can it actually lead. So from a psychographic behavior standpoint, League of Legends, Valorant, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, Counter-Strike, they are all having a lot of impact on the women gamers. We've also started seeing some of the big brands supporting and sponsoring. A lot of new players have actually come in. Saloni for Valorant, Pooja Khatri, first Indian women gamer to represent in an international competition. Shazia, Manasvi Dalvi, Mudra Roy, Sunita Thapar Magor has more than 4 million now, I think close to 4 million followers on YouTube. And, even in the ecosystem, like if you look at it, for example, women-centric characters are growing big, right? For example, Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider. Everybody knows that, right? It's a beautiful character. I would say India, almost 18 to 20% of gamers in India right now are women-centric, right? I think if you look at the Asia Pacific numbers, where the numbers have reached 40 to 43%, I think India, despite the fact that it is starting out at the moment, I think we will overtake the Asia Pacific numbers very quickly. And this is the gap, and this gap will get closed so quickly we can't even imagine.
As per reports, India's mobile gamer population is set to reach 368 million by 2022, and women will form a huge part of the marketplace. This will help the industry become a more gender-inclusive space and increase women's influence on the market. Get ready to welcome female-centric characters and well-developed gameplays centered around a main female character. These players are on a journey to dominate the gaming space, and they will do it while shattering traditional employment models and inspiring young minds.